Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Taryn's Triathlon Time. I have kind of a cool wave this morning, so I think I'm going to keep my hair down. Or not, maybe I'll put it up. I don't know. Big dilemma. Big dilemma. So we are back in LA, the mainland, back from Kona. The race was incredible. There's really no other way to say it. Ow, around my foot. It went really well. It was an amazing day. Weather-wise, it was tremendous. We didn't have the crazy winds. It was just awesome. It was warm, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't that bad. And I think, at least it wasn't that bad for me. I think since I live in Southern California and like the hot part of Southern California, I was pretty adapted to the heat and it didn't affect me as much as a lot of other people. So I'm pretty fortunate with that. But I'm home and it's great. But it's also kind of, right now is definitely something, it's a little bit depressing because, post-Ironman blues are for real, and Kona Ironman blues are like certainly a thing. I'm coming to you from my office because it's windy outside, and since my voice is not the loudest voice in the world, I didn't want it to be drowned out by the wind. So I'm inside my home office. This is my creative space. I actually kind of have some cool stuff over here. I'll show you guys. I got a Polaroid camera in Hawaii that I'm excited to take some photos of, which is cool. And my GoPro, which I hope to practice with a little bit more and actually use that thing. Anyway, right now, speaking of which, right now is a good time for that because I'm home from Hawaii and I have some downtime. I have not nearly as many workouts, obviously, because I'm recovering. So I'm able to do some things like kind of look into how to start editing videos together and do some more writing and all that good stuff. I do have a race coming up. Very excited to be running the New York Marathon in 2 weeks, which is kind of nuts. But honestly, I'm doing it as a coping mechanism. I'm very self-aware that this time, I've been doing this for so long that I knew that this time was going to be difficult, especially because my husband is still gone. He's still in Canada. So I knew that the big come down from coming home from Kona and being alone would be a struggle. And so in February, I was like, you know what, I'll try to get into the New York Marathon. That's kind of nuts. Ended up getting in at the last minute. I had a qualifying time, which is pretty cool. And the timing of it is great because, yes, it's so close to Kona. I'm excited to run another marathon. There's no doubt about it. I know it will be hard, but I know it will be great. Also, I have a bunch of friends who live in New York, like my best friends from college, my roommates who just know me so well. Dang it, Blueberry. You guys still with me? Sorry, my dog's knocked it off. But this is so good. I don't want to stop. My roommates from college are there, and they are just the funniest, most amazing women, and I know seeing them will be awesome. Really what I need right now. Plus, it'll be kind of fun to actually go to a city with seasons. I'm excited to be a little brisk. It's kind of cold-ish for LA right now, which means it's like maybe mid-70s. Very fall for us, California fall. But I am looking forward to running New York. But I'm doing it because I knew that I was going to come home and go like this after Kona, and this is just kind of like, I'm here, and I can have a little bit of up before the holidays. It's just this time of year is always a challenge, and coming off of these huge events, it's big time, and without having my husband home, it's just like, ugh. So doing what I can to kind of get myself through it. Definitely not the end of the world, but just I know myself well enough to know that I need to do certain things. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm very excited. One thing, as far as it came after Kona, I had some pretty gnarly blisters. And that wasn't that big of a deal after the race, but it was, I swam a couple times in the ocean and after the race and got some sand in between the skin. And I figured that might not be a good idea to keep that in there. So I dug it out and kind of made some pretty awesome holes in my feet. So the past few days have been slightly painful, getting over those, but Neosporin is working its magic. So I feel like I'm almost back to normal with my feet, which is great. Today I get to run, which I'm very excited about, and I'm going to swim, which I'm very excited about. Those little things are amazing. One thing, though, that I do want to mention, I kind of just suggest, because this is something that we can all do every single day, like no matter where you are, and it's a good way to kind of get the blood pumping and make you feel good about yourself if you have a huge day of training or like 0 day of training or no time at all, is push-ups. So I like to do push-ups. I think push-ups are like the best exercise created because A, you can do them anywhere, B, they don't take very long, and they work everything for the most part. So I like to do, these days I like to do about like 3 sets of 10 every morning, and no matter what, that's something. Like no matter what, you get out of bed, you kind of get your blood pumping, and it just feels good, and you feel stronger, and you can take on the day, and it's fantastic. So I did that this morning. I have a cool little TRX system that I use, but you can do them anywhere. You can do them next to your bed, next to your office desk, on the sidewalk on your way to the car, the grass, whatever you want to do. I mean, you know, wherever we are, do what you can. But that's a fun little way that I think it's good to keep the strength going and also not really hinder anything else. I mean, it's not going to like hinder anything too much. So that's pretty much where we are with Taryn's triathlon time. It's a great time. Sorry, my dogs are very excited about this. It's a great time of year. I'm very happy about how things panned out last week. It was incredible, still kind of sinking in. I do want to give you guys a little teaser, those of you who read my blog, and really, you should all read my blog because it's so fun and it gives you something to look forward to on Tuesday. I mean, come on. But my travel day home was hysterical. I mean, it was up there. It was up there with like pretty amazing travel days. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. So tune in on Tuesday. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, just go to my website, TarynSpates.com. A little pop-up will come up and you'll put in your, you put in your email address and you'll get it. It'll be great. It's also posted to my blog to my website every week. So I'll include the link to that in my Instagram bio. In fact, if you want to know the ins and outs and the real nitty-gritty and ups and downs of Kona, the actual race day, click on the link in my bio right now on Instagram. I do have this week's blog, and writing that was actually kind of entertaining as well. But that's a pretty honest account of the day, and hope you guys enjoy it. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend.